apos national soccer team gets waterlogged field in final World Cup qualifier. Port of Spain, Trinidad. At 19 years old, it is not like Christian Pulisic has a wealth of experiences to draw upon, but as he tiptoed onto the field where the United States World Cup destiny will be inked, he could only shake his head. "Never," he said, when asked later if he'd ever seen or played on a pitch as sodden as the one at Ato Boldon Stadium, just a day before the U.S. plays Trinidad and Tobago there to finish off its World Cup qualifying campaign. Not in Germany, where it rains a lot. Not in high school and not even as a kid in Hershey, Pa, had Pulisic witnessed conditions like the waterlogged scene in the Trinidadian town of Couva, where the track surrounding the playing area was so submerged it resembled a moat. "Every trip there is something new," Pulisic added, immediate proof that the U.S. brightest soccer hope is starting to learn that life in the CONCACAF qualifying region is an adventure in itself. Head coach Bruce Arena was not impressed when he saw the field at training, and many of his players, already taped up and with their cleats on, were carried across the water by team staff before a session that achieved little due to the heavy ground. At his media briefing later, Arena was diplomatic, that after Trinidad and Tobago's National Federation noted with concern the Americans' reaction. The TTFH weekly published a statement along with a photograph of the 2013 snow game, when the U.S. defeated Costa Rica amid heavy snowfall on a controversial night in Denver. "We are prepared to step on the field. The conditions were certainly not perfect for training, but we are confident everything will work out," Arena said. "It definitely changes the way the game will look. It will be a slow game, a little bit sloppy, a little different to everything we've seen in the qualifying games. It impacts your footing, passing, running. It is a bizarre scenario the U.S. finds itself in for a game so critical to its immediate future. A defeat here and Arena's team could find itself eliminated from the World Cup altogether, if Panama and Honduras both win on the same night. Wouldn't it be the ultimate revenge if we were to turn the tables from 28 years ago on the United States and deny the Yanks a place in Russia 2018? Daily Express columnist Fazir Mohammed wrote in Monday's edition. Ahead of the 1990 World Cup, T+T's dreams of qualification were dashed when Paul Caligiuri's strike gave the U.S. a 1-0 win, and sent the Americans to the tournament for the first time since 1950. Road to Russia. How Usmand can qualify for World Cup. Sports power couple, Josie Altidore, Sloane Stephens make it work. That sentiment can be seen lightly around the Trinidadian capital of Port of Spain, but there is also a general level of apathy and disappointment towards the T+T team given its dismal campaign. "I love my country and I want to care about the football team," Kelvin Lawrence, a local businessman, told USA Today Sports at a Port of Spain coffee shop. "But it is hard when they keep losing. I remember 1990, too, but hurting the United States wouldn't help us at this point." Many Trinidadians won't go to the game, which is being held in tiny Ato Boldon Stadium, a reflection of its lack of importance in these parts. The weather that caused the soaked conditions at the field is a bigger topic around here, with the islands having avoided the worst of the recent hurricane impact on the Caribbean but still experiencing unusual times. "I think the weather forecast has been wrong for the last 11 days in a row," restaurant worker Colleen Smith said. "People have got other things on their mind." Having rescued its campaign by beating Panama 4-0 on Friday, the U.S. should be able to finish the job, given that it realistically only needs to avoid defeat against the worst team in the group. For the conditions to prove too much of a disruption would be out of character, and Captain Michael Bradley emphasized that the players should be able to handle the new obstacle they are faced with. "It is what it is," Bradley said. "We have been to these places enough to know that testing conditions are the reality of trying to qualify for a World Cup for us." Follow Martin Rogers on Twitter at RogersJourno. Photos, teams that have qualified for the 2018 World Cup.